Hey everybody, this is Beast Mode out here, taking an early start this morning. Wanted to share another wisdom, a wisdom for success that will change your life or keep your life financially intact. And it's common sense. You ready? Here it is. Do not, I repeat, do not, because I won't, but do not co-sign or go into a loan with a friend or with your own family. I'm serious now. Listen here. I know it's hard to swallow, but if you want to stay friends and you want to stay close, don't go into any don't take financial obligation in behalf of that individual. I don't care if they need it real bad. Don't do it. If you do it, just give them money. Don't think about getting it in return. But do not sign a contract for them that requires them to make a payment, and you're not 100% sure they're going to do it. Because I'm here to tell you, they won't. You're going to be stuck with a bill. You're going to be stuck with the obligation of debt to income on your credit. And if they don't make the payments, you stuck with a bill off the expense, additional expense against your income. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. I don't care if your brother, your sister, your cousin, your cousin twice removed. I don't care if your daughter or your son, your grandson or your granddaughter or your great-granddaughter. You better off just giving them the money and go and just leave it alone. If you got the cash. But do not sign an obligation to yourself. Do not sign on a note for a car. Tell them to work 2 to 3 jobs then. Make the sacrifice. Join the Army Reserve. Join the Army. Join the military. The Air Force, where all that matters. But do not sign. And guys, if you get yourself in a pickle, there's Uber looking for people for extra money. There are all sorts of jobs looking for people for extra money. You go to them. Don't ever go to your family. Don't go to your parents. Don't even lower yourself to that. Because you're going to cost your family thousands of dollars unnecessarily. Don't do it. I'm here to tell you, I'm giving you some good advice. I'm giving you some good financial advice. Because your kid's going to let you down. Not saying all of them, but they will. And when those few do, they got excuses to give. We ain't got time for excuses, ladies and gentlemen. Your portfolio doesn't have time for excuses. And Lord behold, if you're on a fixed income or retirement, don't do it. Don't you ever do it. Especially when you're trying to get somewhere. Don't do it. Don't even co-sign for a rent. Because if you had to do that, they can't pay the rent anyway. If you had to co-sign for a car, they're not going to make the car payment. They're not going to make the car payment on time. Better off just getting to go to the car lot, get $1,000 and just buy a $1,000 car. Here's something that'll hold you till you get your stuff together. But right now, every young person, because I've done it myself, back in the 80s, I worked two jobs, and I was in the Army Reserve, getting $100, extra $150 a month. That's over, at the time, maybe $1,200 a year. Then I got up to $400 a month through promotions. Then I went on active duty after that. But I was working 2 jobs. I had money. I had a career. I was building my way. Plus, I was going to college. You do what you have to do to win. But don't go out there asking mom, pa, grandma, great grandpa for a loan and sign a loan with you. That's selfish, that's stupid, that's inconsiderate. Don't you dare do that. And don't you dare get in a position where you have to, where you call yourself have to, because you don't need to. You got 2 legs, you got 2 arms, and you got time. Maximize that time, get to work, make the sacrifice. Sorry, I ain't got time to be hanging out. I ain't got time to be playing with my friends. I ain't got time to be doing You girls, another advice for young ladies who got boyfriends. Your boyfriend not working in a career full-time job, you get rid of their hand pots. They're not worth your time. I don't care how good they look. Same thing with guys. The girls just want to sit around and eat off of you. Let them go. Got to use some common sense. Hold people accountable. I've been held accountable all my life. It's about time you do the same. You get rid of those worthless boyfriends and worthless girlfriends who's smooching off you like a leech. They have nothing to contribute. You leave them the hell alone. And refrain from whatever you do to make babies. Because if you do, that's another expense. Until you are married, don't do it. Time to go old school anyway. The economy is not getting any better. And right now, jobs are asking for people. It's just a matter of time, jobs are going to start laying people off. And it's going to be hard to get a job again. Don't waste your time on foolish thinking, foolish financial decisions, and foolish people. You got somebody in your life, not a contributor, not striving, leave them alone. They don't even have at least a year on the job, and the job's paying over 15, and they don't do that, leave them alone. Do not waste your time. And again, go right back to my thing. Do not sign, unless you're married, a joint obligation. Don't do it. I've seen too many folks getting themselves screwed over. I got screwed over a long time ago by a so-called friend just for a staring cell phone. Cost me $600 back then. That was hard to come up with, to pay it off. But heaven forbid you sign up for a car note. Best thing to do to that individual is get it on their own. Save the money, work a job, part-time job, or a full-time job, a second job, or work overtime. You work overtime as much as you can until you reach your goal. Set a financial goal and say, this is what I'm going to do, and you stick to that darn plan. I'm talking to y'all. I'm trying to give y'all some financial advice now. I'm trying to give y'all some financial advice. That's going to change your life. But you got to have discipline. If you don't have discipline, you ain't going to have it. You're not going to achieve it. I'm going to tell you that. I see people make the same financial mess year after year, year after year, year after year, month after month. Time to pull your bow straight, tighten up, and get your priorities in order. First priority, if you don't need it, don't buy it. You want a cell phone? Don't get an iPhone. Get a cheap one. Get an inexpensive payment plan. Don't get a phone for your kids because they don't need it. For 40 years, I grew up without a phone and came out just fine. All they had was phone booth, pay phones. Stop throwing your money away. Put that money in the savings, invest it, save it towards an investment towards a business, or make it a term, save it at least 5 or 10 grand so you can purchase us some share of stocks, not by the middleman 401. You buy directly. You buy directly. You buy stocks directly. 401 is a third-party entity. I'm just sharing some information. But again, do not co-sign. Don't do it. Unless you're married to the individual, don't do it. You got a financial plan together, don't do it. You're going to be screaming and hollering, and that's how people get killed. That's how people get messed up. That's how people get, because of foolish decisions. Don't do it. Anyway, guys, I'm getting my workout. But I just want to share those tips. I want to try to make it a point, just do it again and again. Sooner or later, hopefully America wake up. Stop wasting your money, wasting your time, and don't make poor financial decisions that's going to hurt you in the end. Because those companies don't care who signed the note. All they care, they're going to repossess whatever it is. They're going to go against your credit. Your interest rate to borrow, if you need it, is going to shoot out the roof. They may go to court against you, and they will, and sue you. And I hope this scares some of you to not making those decisions. Because it's times when people need to be told basic fundamentals 101. Do not co-sign. You hear me? Don't do it. You'll thank me later. Anyway, God bless. Talk to y'all later.